Welcome, curious minds, to the deep dive. You know how sometimes you think you understand a story, but then you dig a little deeper and discover layers of truth you just never saw before?
Oh, absolutely. Especially with ancient narratives, they often hold these really timeless insights, surprising us with their complexity.
And that's exactly what we're doing today. We're diving into one of the world's most enduring epics, the Ramayana, using excerpts from a specific text, Sri Ramayana.
Our mission, really, is to pull out the most vital bits of knowledge, the core insights from these parts of the text.
Because this isn't just a story, is it? It's this profound exploration of Dharma.
Yeah.
Duty, righteousness, cosmic order and power, destiny, human nature, divine nature, all of it.
Exactly. We want to uncover those maybe unexpected angles, those aha moments that can deepen how you see it all.
We'll touch on divine boons, cosmic curses, the whole intricate dance of love, war, sacrifice.
Focusing on key figures like Rama, Sita, Ravana, and even Valmiki, the poet himself. It's quite a journey.
Okay, so with that cosmic scene set, let's zoom in on someone whose ambition really, well, kickstarts the whole epic, Ravana.
Ravana. The text describes his early life, his relentless, almost obsessive penance.
He performs austerities for Siva first, right? Offering 9 of his own heads. That's intense.
Incredibly intense, and Siva, impressed by this devotion, grants him some pretty major boons.
Like what?
Well, first, his heads are restored, which is good.
Definitely helpful.
And he receives strength that no other creature in the universe possessed. Plus, a promise of mastery over the earth, immense power.
But Ravana being, a powerful Rakshasa, sort of demonic figure,
Right.
he wasn't satisfied.
Not at all. True to his nature, the text says he was insatiable. So he immediately starts another period of intense penance, this time aimed at Brahma, the creator.
How long did that take?
100 years, apparently. Finally, Brahma appears and basically says, okay, ask for any boon you want.
And what did he ask for? This is key, isn't it?
It is. He essentially asks for invincibility, specifically against Devas, Asuras, Gandharvas, Yakshas, a whole list of powerful beings.
Right.
But crucially, he forgets, or perhaps scorns, to mention humans.
Ah, the loophole. That's going to be important later.
Absolutely. This boon gives him dominion over the 3 worlds, but leaves that one vulnerability.
The text paints a picture of his character alongside these powers, too, right? Not just powerful, but flawed.
Deeply flawed. It mentions he's handsome, manly, a master of divine weapons, these astras,
But
but also arrogant, lustful, driven by this quenchless thirst to dominate. And it's really these internal flaws, amplified by all that power, that the epic suggests will lead to his downfall.
a timeless warning, really. Power needs wisdom and control.
Exactly. Power without that self-awareness is destructive.
So, okay, we have Ravana's ambition fueled by boons, but how does an epic about these truths actually come into being? The Ramayana itself has this amazing origin story involving the poet Valmiki.
It really does. It wasn't just Valmiki deciding to write a story. He received a direct divine commission from Brahma.
Brahma himself, how did that happen?
Brahma appeared to Valmiki, placing a sloka, a sacred verse, right on his tongue. Interestingly, it was in this unique meter, the Anushtit meter.
Which Valmiki had spontaneously used earlier when he cursed a hunter, right? I remember that part.
That's the one. Born from righteous anger, oddly enough. So Brahma tells him, compose the life of Rama in this meter.
And he makes a promise.
A huge promise. Brahma assures Valmiki he'll see clearly, not just Rama's life, but into his heart. And Lakshmana's, Sita's, even Ravana's.
Wow. Total insight.
Total insight. No secret will be kept from you, Brahma says, and not a false word will enter his epic. This basically guarantees its authenticity and immortality.
So the story is divinely sanctioned, guaranteed to be true. That gives it incredible weight.
Absolutely. And the text mentions how Rama's sons, Lava and Kusa, would later learn it from Valmiki and spread it like another Ganga, like a sacred river, ensuring it reached everyone.
A beautiful image. Okay, so while Ravana is gaining power and Valmiki is being commissioned, what's happening in Ayodhya? Under King Dasaratha, it sounds like a golden age.
It really is depicted that way, a time of immense prosperity, virtue, almost like a race of gods had incarnated there. Very peaceful, very righteous.
And this is when his sons are born, including Rama.
Yes, through a special ritual, the Putra Kamayanya, performed with the help of the sage Rishyashringa. This results in the birth of 4 sons, with Vishnu himself choosing to incarnate as the eldest, Rama.
And Rama is special from the start.
Oh, incredibly so. The text piles on the praise. Kind and courteous, wonderfully intelligent, compassionate, able to see unerringly into men's hearts, just universally loved. Seems destined for a perfect reign.
Seems like it. But even in this idyllic setting, trouble starts brewing, doesn't it? Dasaratha decides to make Rama the heir apparent, the Yuvaraja.
Yes, and the whole city is ecstatic. Huge celebrations planned. Everyone loves Rama. It seems like the natural perfect choice.
But then,
Manthara, Queen Kaikeyi's hunchbacked maidservant. She plays this really insidious role, poisoning Kaikeyi's mind with jealousy and ambition for her own son, Bharata.
and she reminds Kaikeyi about two boons the king owes her.
Exactly. From a long time ago, when Kaikeyi saved Dasaratha's life in battle, he granted her two wishes whenever she chose to ask, and Manthara convinces her now is the time.
So Kaikeyi, manipulated and maybe feeling slighted, makes her demands. What are they?
The demands are devastating. First, Rama must be banished to the forest for 14 years.
14 years.
Yes, and second, her son, Bharata, must be crowned Yuvaraja immediately instead of Rama.
Oh, that's brutal. How does Dasaratha react?
He's utterly heartbroken. The text describes an agonizing night where he's just crushed, unable to speak, begging Kaikeyi to change her mind. But she's relentless. He's bound by his word.
And the grief actually kills him eventually, right?
It does. He cannot bear Rama's departure and dies soon after, showing just how central Rama was and the terrible cost of keeping one's word in this situation.
So how does Rama himself take this news, this huge personal sacrifice?
This is where Rama's character, his unwavering commitment to Dharma, really comes to the forefront. He accepts the exile immediately, without question.
No anger, no feeling of betrayal.
He frames it differently. He sees it as God's way, as fate speaking through her Kaikeyi. His duty is to ensure his father's word is honored above all else.
What about his family, Lakshmana? His mother, Kausalya?
Well, Lakshmana is furious. He wants to fight, even suggests killing Dasaratha and Kaikeyi to put Rama on the throne.
Whoa.
Yeah, he's fiercely loyal. And Kausalya is overcome with grief, pleading with Rama to stay, arguing his son's duty to his mother might override this.
Rama.
Rama gently but firmly corrects them both. He stresses that upholding his father's promise is the path of Dharma, the path to righteousness, even heaven. Any other path, he implies, leads to ruin.
And Lakshmana's mother, Sumitra, gives him some important advice too, doesn't she?
She does. Seeing Lakshmana's determination to go with Rama, she tells him, serve Rama as you would your father. Look upon Sita as your mother. With Rama, the jungle for you will be Ayodhya. It's incredibly profound counsel, setting the tone for Lakshmana's selfless service.
So Rama, Sita, and Lakshmana head into exile. The wilderness becomes their new reality. What happens out there?
Well, their exile isn't just quiet hermitage. It quickly involves trials, divine assistance, and confrontations with demonic forces, the Rakshasas.
It starts with the sage Viswamitra asking for help.
Yes, Viswamitra seeks out Rama specifically, even when he's quite young, to protect his sacrifices from Rakshasas who keep disrupting them.
And Rama proves himself early on.
Absolutely. He defeats the terrifying Rakshasi Yataka, who was actually cursed by Agastya, another great sage. He also deals with her sons, Maricha and Subahu.
And Viswamitra gives him something too, some kind of power-up.
He does. He teaches Rama the Bala and Atibala mantras. These divine chants prevent hunger, thirst, and fatigue. Very useful for life in the forest and for fighting demons.
These early encounters show his divine power emerging.
Definitely. But it's not all fighting. There's a fascinating moment with Sita showing her wisdom.
What does she say?
She gently counsels Rama, reminding him that they are living as tapasvins, as ascetics in the forest.
Right, they've adopted that lifestyle.
And she says that the dharma of an ascetic is peace. She suggests he shouldn't proactively hunt or kill Rakshasas unless he attacks you first. Dharma, she emphasizes, is, most of all, peace.
That's a really important perspective, especially given everything that happens later.
It is a reminder of the ideal, even when conflict becomes unavoidable.
And conflict does become unavoidable, largely because of Surpanaka, right? Ravana's sister.
Exactly. She encounters Rama in the forest, is infatuated, and tries to attack Sita out of jealousy.
Yeah.
Lakshmana intervenes and rather brutally disfigures her, cutting off her nose and ears.
Ouch. And she doesn't take that well.
No. She goes crying to her brother Kara, who commands a massive Rakshasa army nearby. Kara attacks Rama with thousands of warriors. And Rama single-handedly destroys Kara and his entire army. An incredible display of power.
So Surpanaka, defeated and seeking revenge, goes to Ravana.
Yes. And crucially, she gives him this incredibly vivid, tempting description of Sita's beauty. This description ignites Ravana's lust, his desire to possess Sita. That's the real catalyst for the main conflict.
Which leads to the golden deer incident.
Precisely. Ravana forces Maricha, the same Rakshasa Rama spared earlier thanks to Viswamitra, to help him. Maricha is terrified.
He knows Rama's power.
He knows Rama's power, but he's even more terrified of Ravana killing him if he refuses. So, torn, he reluctantly agrees to transform into this beautiful, illusory golden stag.
To lure Rama away.
Exactly. Sita sees the deer, is captivated, and asks Rama to catch it for her. Rama, despite some misgivings, goes after it, leaving Sita under Lakshmana's protection.
But Maricha lures him far away and then calls out in Rama's voice for help.
Yes, a clever, cruel trick. Sita hears it, panics, and insists Lakshmana go help Rama.
Yeah, even though Lakshmana knows it's likely a trick, he draws a line.
He draws the Lakshmana Rekha, a protective line around the hut, warning Sita not to cross it under any circumstances. But when Ravana appears, disguised as a poor, wandering mendicant asking for alms,
Sita feels compelled by Dharma to offer hospitality.
her sense of duty overrides her caution. She steps across the line just for a moment to offer him food.
And that's Ravana's chance.
That's his chance. He instantly reveals his true, terrifying 10-headed form and abducts her, carrying her away in his flying chariot, the Pushpaka Vimana.
Does Sita just submit?
Not at all.
Yeah.
She fiercely rejects him, even in her terror. The text describes her setting a simple blade of grass like a green sword between them, refusing to even look at him directly, and defiantly telling him Rama will come and destroy him. Her courage is remarkable.
So Sita's abducted. Rama and Lakshmana return to find the empty hut. What happens next? This must be Rama's lowest point.
It absolutely is. The text describes his despair as profound. His usual divine calm just shatters. His face becomes corpse-like. He weeps uncontrollably.
He feels abandoned by fate.
Completely. He questions his past karma, wondering what he could have done to deserve this. His grief is so immense it turns into this cosmic rage.
He threatens to destroy the world.
Yes, he vows to burn up the earth, dislodge the planets, put out all the stars. It's a measure of his love for Sita and the depth of his anguish. It's a very human, raw reaction from someone often seen as perfectly composed.
Who pulls him back from that brink?
Lakshmana, ever the steadfast brother. He comforts Rama, gently reminds him of his dharma, his purpose, his destiny as the future king of this world, and assures him that their path, however difficult, will eventually lead back to Ayodhya and to Sita.
And amidst this despair, they get a crucial clue, don't they, from Jatayu?
Yes, Jatayu, the noble vulture king, an old friend of Dasaratha's. He saw Ravana abducting Sita and bravely tried to stop him.
Fought Ravana himself.
He did. A valiant fight, but ultimately Ravana, with his immense power, mortally wounds him, cutting off his wings.
But Jatayu lives long enough to tell Rama what happened.
Just long enough. As he lies dying, he tells Rama it was Ravana who took Sita, and that he flew south.
And he offers a bit of prophecy, too, something hopeful.
A very important detail. He says it was the hour of Vinda when Ravana carried Sita away. Anything lost at that time will always be found again. It's a small seed of hope, suggesting Sita's recovery is fated.
Okay, so they know Ravana is the culprit, and the direction is south. This leads them to forming alliances, right? First with Shabari.
Yes, they encounter Shabari, this incredibly devoted, elderly tribal woman who has waited years, sustained only by her faith that she would one day see Rama.
And seeing him grants her liberation?
Moksha, yes. Her devotion is fulfilled, and she attains liberation just by his gaze. It's a beautiful, touching interlude showing Rama's divine grace.
And then the big alliance. Sugriva.
Right. They find the Vinors, these powerful monkey-like beings in the Rishimoka Mountains. They meet Hanuman first, who leads them to Sugriva, the exiled Vinara king.
And Sugriva has his own problem.
He does. He was usurped and banished by his incredibly powerful brother, Vali. Rama and Sugriva find common ground in their shared sorrow, both exiled, both separated from their loved ones. They swear an oath of alliance before a sacred fire. Rama will help Sugriva defeat Vali. Sugriva will help Rama find Sita.
But Vali is formidable. Sugriva is terrified of him.
Yeah, immensely so. The text emphasizes Vali's almost godlike strength. He could, for instance, easily defeat Ravana in the past and could shoot an arrow clean through 7 massive sallow trees in a row. Just unparalleled might.
Which leads to one of the most controversial parts of the Ramayana, Rama killing Vala from hiding.
Yes, it's a morally complex moment that scholars and devotees have debated for centuries. Sugriva challenges Vali, they fight, but they look identical, so Rama can't intervene initially. Then Sugriva wears a garland, they fight again, and Rama shoots Vali from behind a tree.
And Vali questions this, asks about the dharma of it.
He does. In his dying moments, he asks Rama directly, "Why kill me like this? I'm a monkey. You don't want my meat or my hide." What dharma is served by this hidden attack? It's a powerful challenge.
How does Rama justify it?
Rama offers a few justifications. One is that, as a king of the Ikshaku dynasty, hunting from hiding is permissible, especially for animals, Vanaras. More fundamentally, he argues it was his dharma to help Sugriva fulfill their pact and restore righteous rule, implying Vali's own actions, like taking Sugriva's wife, were adharmic, against dharma.
Does Vali accept this?
Ultimately, yes. He recognizes Rama's divinity, entrusts his son Angada and his queen Tara to Sugriva's care, and attains liberation. Tara's reaction is also significant, profound grief, but also a calm acceptance of fate. She later becomes a voice of wisdom for the Vanaras.
So the alliance is secured, Sugriva is king, but it comes at a cost and raises these tough questions about dharma in action.
Absolutely. It shows that fulfilling one's duty, even for a divine figure like Rama, can involve difficult, sometimes morally ambiguous choices.
Okay, Sugriva is king, the Vanara army is mobilized, their mission, find Sita. But there's a huge obstacle, the ocean.
A vast, seemingly insurmountable obstacle. The Vanara search parties go out in all directions. The southern party, led by Angada and including Hanuman and Jambavan, reaches the southern shore but finds endless water. They're completely demoralized.
Angada even considers giving up.
He despairs. They even contemplate staying in this enchanted cave city called Rikshabilo they stumbled into. They feel they've failed Rama. Hope seems lost.
Until Jambavan steps in?
Yes, Jambavan, the wise old king of the bears. He realizes this moment calls for someone extraordinary, and he knows just the person. He turns to Hanuman, who is sitting quietly, perhaps unaware of his own full potential at that moment.
And Jambavan reminds Hanuman of who he really is.
Exactly. He recounts Hanuman's divine heritage, son of Vayu, the wind god, and Anjana, and he reminds him of the incredible boons he received as a child.
We touched on these: invincibility, immunity to weapons.
Right. Boons from Rudra, Siva, ensuring no weapon could harm him, from Viswakarman guaranteeing invincibility, and crucially, from Brahma himself.
What did Brahma grant him?
Immunity to the powerful Brahmastra weapon, immunity to Brahmana's curses, the ability to change his form at will, to fly anywhere. And Brahma specifically said Hanuman would be a thorn in the side of Ravana.
Talk about foreshadowing.
Absolutely. And Jambalan also reminds him of his intellect. Hanuman knew as much as Brihaspati, the guru of the gods' knowledge, jnana, and meditation, dhyana.
How did he learn so much?
The text tells this amazing story of him learning from Surya, the sun god. He literally followed Surya across the sky, walking backwards from east to west each day, absorbing all knowledge.
Incredible. So Jambavan basically awakens Hanuman's dormant power and memory.
Precisely. He reminds Hanuman that he alone possesses the power, the speed, and the divine blessings needed to leap across the ocean to Lanka.
And Hanuman accepts the challenge.
He does. Hearing Jambavan's words, Hanuman's spirit soars. He remembers his strength, grows to a massive size, and prepares himself on Mount Mahendra, straddling its peaks, ready for this stupendous leap.
What happens during the flight itself? It's not just a straight shot, is it?
No, there are a few encounters. First, Mount Manaka rises from the sea, offering him a place to rest, out of respect for his father Vayu. Hanuman politely declines, touching it in acknowledgement, but doesn't want to delay his mission.
Okay, then.
Then he encounters Sarasa, the mother of the Nagas, the serpents. She was granted a boon that anything passing her way must enter her mouth. She opens her jaws wide to test Hanuman.
How does he handle that?
Pure ingenuity.
Yeah.
He expands his body larger and larger, forcing her to open her mouth wider and wider. Then, in an instant, he shrinks down to the size of a thumb, flies into her mouth, and flies right back out before she can close it, fulfilling the boon while escaping the trap. Shows his wit as much as his power.
Clever. Any other obstacles?
There's one more, a Rakshasi named Simhika, who can grab creatures by their shadow. But Hanuman deals with her swiftly, too.
So he finally reaches Lanka. What are his first impressions?
He lands, likely shrinking down to a smaller form, and observes the city. He's struck by its incredible beauty and wealth, shimmering towers, reaching for the stars, but also senses the deep, implacable evil and Ravana's quenchless thirst to dominate that permeates the place. He knows he needs to be cautious.
How does he get in? It must be heavily guarded.
He waits until nightfall and assumes a tiny form, like a cat, slipping past the guards and the city's formidable defenses.
And then the search for Sita begins within Ravana's palace complex.
Yes, a difficult search. He explores Ravana's opulent palace, even sees Ravana sleeping amidst his many queens. For a moment, seeing the incredibly beautiful Queen Mandodari, Ravana's chief wife, he wonders.
Could that be Sita?
He thinks, by her beauty, she must be Sita,
Here.
but then immediately corrects himself. But how does she sleep so contentedly? He knows Sita, abducted and grieving, wouldn't be sleeping peacefully in Ravana's chambers.
So he continues searching. Where does he finally find her?
He eventually finds her outside the main palace, held captive in a grove of Ashoka trees, the Asokamana. She's utterly despondent, surrounded by Rakshasi guards, thin, clad in a single soiled garment, but still radiating purity.
He also overhears something important there. Trijata's dream.
Yes, one of the Kindra Rakshasas, Trijata, recounts a dream she had, an auspicious dream for Sita, foretelling Lanka's destruction by a monkey and Rana's victory. It offers Sita a small glimmer of hope just before Hanuman reveals himself.
How does Hanuman approach her? He must have been worried about frightening her or being mistaken for another trick by Ravana.
He was very concerned about that. A giant monkey appearing suddenly could be terrifying. He thinks through different approaches. Should he appear small, large, speak Sanskrit?
What's a strategy?
It's brilliant, really. He stays hidden in the trees above her and begins to softly chant the story of Rama, his virtues, his lineage, his search for her.
So she hears Rama's name, hears his story.
Exactly. It captures her attention, assures her this isn't Ravana. Then he gently descends, introduces himself as Rama's messenger, and presents the ultimate proof, Rama's signet ring.
How does Sita react?
Initially, there's still doubt, mixed with overwhelming relief. She wonders, perhaps Rama had stopped loving me. But seeing the ring, hearing Hanuman's words, her faith is restored. It's an incredibly emotional reunion, a powerful moment of hope breaking through despair.
And she sends a message back with Hanuman.
A crucial message. She recounts a past incident involving a crow that pecked her, and how Rama, angered, sent the powerful Brahmastra after it, even for that small offense.
What's the point of that story?
She asks Hanuman to remind Rama, if he could send the Brahmastra after a crow that pecked me, what will he do to Ravana? It's a powerful call to action, urging Rama not just to rescue her, but to punish Ravana for his adharma, his unrighteousness.
Does she want Hanuman to rescue her then and there? He could presumably carry her back?
He offers. He even displays his awesome form, growing immense, his golden hair brushing the sky, to show he has the power. But Sita refuses.
Why?
She insists that Rama himself must come to Lanka, defeat Ravana in battle, and rescue her honorably. It wouldn't be fitting for Rama's glory, she argues, if she just snuck away with Hanuman. His victory must be total, establishing Dharma for all to see.
Wow. That takes incredible resolve on her part, too.
It really does. Loyalty, Dharma, and propriety are paramount.
So Hanuman has delivered the message, received Sita's message and token. Does he just leave quietly?
Not quite Hanuman style. Before leaving, he decides to, let's say, leave Ravana a message of his own. He goes on a rampage.
What does he do?
He starts destroying the beautiful Asakavana grove, uprooting trees, smashing structures. Then he takes on the Rakshasa warriors sent to capture him, killing many, including powerful ones like Jambamali. The text describes him twirling his pillar above his head and flung it like a javelin. He's making a statement.
He eventually allows himself to be captured, though.
Yes, strategically. He wants an audience with Ravana. He allows Indrajit, Ravana's powerful son, to capture him using the Brahmastra, which Hanuman is immune to, but respects by allowing himself to be bound briefly.
And he's brought before Ravana. What happens then?
Hanuman stands fearless before the mighty Rakshasa king. He delivers a powerful speech, identifying himself as Rama's messenger, reminding Ravana of the power that destroyed Vali and Kara's army, and warning him of Rama's even greater might and impending doom if Sita isn't returned.
That takes guts. How does Ravana react?
Ravana is furious, enraged by Hanuman's audacity and destruction, and orders his execution.
But you can't kill a messenger, right? That's against the rules of kingship.
Exactly. And it's Vibhishana, Ravana's own righteous brother, who steps in and points this out, arguing it's against the dharma of kings to kill a messenger.
So Ravana spares his life, but decides to punish him. How?
He orders Hanuman's tail to be wrapped in oil-soaked cloths and set on fire, a humiliating punishment.
But Hanuman turns this around.
Brilliantly. With his tail ablaze, Hanuman shrinks down, escapes his bonds, leaps onto the rooftops of Lanka, and uses his burning tail to set fire to large parts of the magnificent city. Strategic arson.
Causing chaos and panic.
Massive chaos. After enjoying the spectacle and ensuring Sita is safe from the fire, he dips his tail in the ocean to extinguish the flames, leaps back across the sea, and returns to Rama and the waiting Vanaras.
And delivers the news.
The best possible news. Lord, I have seen Sita, bringing immense joy and relief and setting the stage for the final phase of the war.
The Great War. Lanka. This is the climax. But first, there's another important development on Ravana's side, Vibhishana's defection.
Yes, this is critical. Vibhishana, Ravana's younger brother, is inherently righteous, unlike most of his kin. He repeatedly pleads with Ravana.
What does he say?
He points out all the terrible omens plaguing Lanka since Sita's arrival, urges Ravana to see reason, to follow Dharma, and give Sita back before Rama comes. He warns him of destruction.
How does Ravana take this advice?
Terribly. He flies into a rage, accuses Vibhishana of betrayal, calls him a traitor, and insults him publicly in his court. He basically disowns him.
So Vibhishana makes a huge decision.
A monumental one. Seeing Ravana is blinded by ego and lust, Vibhishana chooses Dharma over family ties. He abandons Lanka and flies across the ocean to Rama's camp, seeking refuge.
Is Rama's side immediately trusting he's the enemy's brother?
There's definitely suspicion among some Vanara chiefs, like Sugriva. They worry he could be a spy. But Rama overrides their concerns.
What's Rama's reasoning?
Rama states a profound principle. His vow is to grant refuge to anyone who seeks it, regardless of their past or origin. He declares he is the refuge of all the world. Accepting Vibhishana demonstrates this universal compassion and adherence to principle. It's also strategically brilliant, of course.
Because Vibhishana has inside knowledge of Lanka.
Exactly. He knows Lanka's defenses, Ravana's strengths and weaknesses, the secrets of their warriors. His defection is a huge boon to Rama's cause.
Okay, alliance strengthened, strategy informed. Now, how do they get the massive Vanara army across the ocean?
That requires building a bridge, the famous Nala Setu. Nala, one of the Vanaras, is the son of Viswakarman, the divine architect, and has the power to make stones float.
But the ocean itself needs convincing first.
It does. Initially, the ocean god, Samudra, ignores Rama's prayers for passage. Rama gets angry, preparing to unleash powerful astras to literally dry up the ocean.
Whoa. That sounds serious.
It is. The ocean god appears, terrified, quails before Rama's power, apologizes, and explains how the bridge can be built using Nala's unique ability. He promises the waters will support the stones Nala places.
And so the bridge is built, a massive undertaking.
An incredible feat of engineering and devotion. Millions of Vanaras bring rocks, trees, entire mountains, and Nala directs the construction. In just 5 days, a 100-yojana-long bridge spans the ocean, allowing the army to march into Lanka.
The stage is set for the final battle. Lanka braces for impact. Who are the main warriors on Ravana's side, besides Ravana himself?
Ravana has some truly formidable warriors. His brother, Kumbhakarna, is a giant of immense size and strength.
The one who sleeps most of the time.
That's him. Due to a boon from Brahma, slightly altered by the gods who feared his power, he sleeps for 6 months and wakes for only 1 day. Ravana has him forcibly awakened for the war.
Does Kumbhakarna approve of the war?
Interestingly, no. In the War Council, like Vibhishana, he actually criticizes Ravana's abduction of Sita, telling him it was wrong and will lead to ruin. But unlike Vibhishana, his loyalty to his brother is absolute. He says basically, I think you're wrong, but you're my brother and I love you, so I will fight and die for you.
A different kind of loyalty. And is he effective in battle?
Devastatingly effective. He's described as chasing Indra and Yama like children in previous cosmic wars. He rampages through the Vanara army, causing immense destruction until Rama himself confronts him.
And Rama defeats him.
Yes. After a fierce battle, Rama uses powerful arrows to sever Kumbhakarna's limbs and finally beheads him. His death is a huge blow to Ravana's morale, and Ravana grieves deeply, perhaps realizing then the truth in Vibhishana's warnings.
Who else poses a major threat?
Indrajit.
Indrajit, Ravana's son. Perhaps the most dangerous warrior after Ravana. His original name was Meghanada, but he earned the name Indrajit, conqueror of Indra, after defeating the king of the gods himself in battle.
What makes him so dangerous?
His mastery of Maya illusion and powerful astras. He can turn invisible, create illusory armies, and wield weapons like the Brahmastra. He actually fells both Rama and Lakshmana at one point with the Nagapasha, a serpent noose weapon, though they are later revived by Garuda, the divine eagle.
He uses illusion quite cruelly too, the fake Sita.
Yes, a truly vile deception. To demoralize the Vanara army, Indrajit creates an illusion of Sita and appears to kill her in front of them. It causes temporary despair until Vibhishana assures them it was just Maya. How is Indrajit finally defeated?
It takes Lakshmana, guided by Vibhishana's knowledge of Indrajit's rituals and weaknesses in a prolonged and difficult battle. Lakshmana disrupts Indrajit's invincibility ritual and finally kills him. This loss devastates Ravana.
So brothers gone, son gone. It comes down to Rama versus Ravana, the final duel.
The ultimate confrontation. Ravana, consumed by rage, grief, and despair, finally realizing Sita is indeed Lanka's nemesis, prepares for his last stand.
How does the battle unfold?
It's an epic duel lasting days. Ravana initially fights from a powerful chariot. Hanuman actually carries Rama on his shoulders for part of the battle. But then divine intervention tips the scales for Rama.
How so?
Indra sends his own divine chariot and charioteer, Matali, down from the heavens to aid Rama. And the sage Agasya appears to Rama, seemingly in spirit form like bright vapor, and teaches him a powerful hymn to the sun god, the AdiyenRamanujaDasan.
What does this hymn do?
It invokes the power of the sun, revitalizing Rama, dispelling his fatigue and doubts, and empowering him for the final strike. It signifies drawing strength from the highest cosmic source.
And the final strike is?
Rama, guided by Matali and empowered by the AdiyenRamanujaDasan, finally unleashes the Brahmastra. Not just any Brahmastra, but one specifically charged by Brahma for this purpose. The text calls it the ultimate weapon, which could extinguish a world.
Where does it strike Ravana?
It strikes Ravana squarely in the chest, the seat of his power and arrogance. It pierces him completely, extinguishing his life force.
Ravana falls.
He falls from his chariot, his body glowing like a dark flame as his life departs. His death brings rejoicing throughout the heavens and the earth. The embodiment of Adharma is vanquished. Dharma is restored.
A massive victory. What happens immediately after?
Vibhishana is crowned king of Lanka, as promised by Rama. Then Vibhishana must perform Ravana's funeral rites. He hesitates, given Ravana's evil deeds, but Rama encourages him.
What does Rama say?
He says something very profound. With death, enmity ends. Now Ravana is as much my kinsman as yours. Perform the rites fitting for a great warrior. It shows Rama's magnanimity even toward his fallen enemy.
Then comes the reunion with Sita. But it's not straightforward, is it? Rama speaks harshly to her.
It's one of the most difficult and debated parts of the epic. After everything, Rama meets Sita and speaks coldly, almost cruelly, saying things like, "Do not think for a moment, Sita, that I came for your sake," suggesting he fought only to redeem his family's honor, not out of love for her. And he questions her purity after being in Ravana's captivity.
Why would he do that after all this?
The traditional explanation centers on Rama's role as an ideal king, the Maryada Purushottam. He knows Sita is pure, but he also knows his subjects might harbor doubts after her long captivity. To be an effective ruler whose actions are above reproach, he needs to quell any potential public suspicion. It's the terrible conflict between his personal knowledge and his public duty.
So Sita undergoes the Agni Pariksha, the trial by fire.
Yes. Deeply wounded by Rama's words, but utterly confident in her purity, Sita asks Lakshmana to build a pyre. She enters the flames, declaring her unwavering devotion to Rama in thought, word, and deed.
And the fire doesn't harm her.
Not only does it not harm her, but Agnideva, the fire god himself, emerges from the flames, carrying Sita unharmed and radiant, vouching personally for her absolute purity.
And other gods appear too.
Yes, Brahma, Shiva, even Rama's deceased father, Dasaratha, appear from the heavens to confirm Sita's untainted nature and praise Rama's victory over evil. Dasaratha blesses them all and asks Rama to forgive Kaikeyi and Bharata, absolving them.
So Sita's purity is publicly vindicated beyond any doubt.
Absolutely. Rama then accepts her, explaining his earlier harshness was necessary for this public demonstration.
And then finally, the return to Ayodhya.
Yes. The 14 years of exile are over. They board the Pushpaka Vimana, Ravana's flying chariot, which originally belonged to Kubera, Ravana's half-brother, before Ravana seized it. Rama points out significant places from their exile journey as they fly back.
And the reunion with Bharata.
A very emotional reunion at Nandigrama, just outside Ayodhya, where Bharata had been ruling as Rama's regent, living as an ascetic himself, with Rama's sandals placed on the throne as a symbol of Rama's rightful rule. Bharata joyfully returns the kingdom to Rama.
The long exile is truly over. Rama is crowned king. But the story doesn't quite end there, does it? There's more depth, more lore.
That's right. The text provides fascinating background, like Ravana's family tree. He wasn't just some random demon.
Who were his ancestors?
He descended from the great sage Pulastya. His father was Vishravas, and his mother the Rakshasi Kaikasi. She deliberately sought out Vishravas to bear powerful sons, resulting in Ravana, originally Datsagriva, 10-headed, the giant Kunkarna, the Rakshasi Surpanaka, and, ironically, the righteous Vibhishana.
So Vibhishana was an anomaly in the family.
Very much so. And the text mentions Kumbhakarna's boon for sleep was actually because the gods, fearing his potential power if he asked for invincibility, tricked him into asking for endless sleep instead.
And Ravana had a history of arrogance even before Sita, lifting Mount Kailasa.
Oh yes, he tried to lift Siva's mountain home, Kailasa. Siva simply pressed his toe down, trapping Ravana's arms underneath. Ravana let out such a tremendous roar of pain and fury that Siva gave him the name Ravana, meaning he who roared.
He also had run-ins with other powerful beings, got captured.
He did. He was once captured and humiliated by the 1,000-armed king Kartviri Arjuna, and even more embarrassingly by the Vanara king Vali, who apparently tucked Ravana under his armpit while performing his daily prayers and circumambulations. Shows Vali's incredible strength.
It adds layers to his character, immense power, but also moments of humiliation fueling his arrogance.
Exactly. And speaking of layers, the text adds more about Hanuman's wisdom, too.
Beyond his strength and devotion.
Yes, emphasizing his deep knowledge of jnana and dhyana meditation, learned from Surya. He wasn't just muscle, he was a profound scholar and yogi.
Now we come to perhaps the most tragic part of the later story, Sita's second exile. Why does this happen?
It's heartbreaking. Rama is ruling Ayodhya. It's Rama Raja, the ideal kingdom. But rumors persist among some citizens, gossip about Sita's time in Lanka, questioning her purity despite the fire trial.
Even after Agni vouched for her.
Even then, public perception, however unfair, becomes a political problem for Rama, the ideal king who must be above any suspicion in the eyes of his people.
So he banishes her again, knowing she's innocent.
Yes. It's presented as an agonizing decision, the ultimate sacrifice of personal happiness for the sake of Rajadharma, the king's duty. He asks Lakshmana to take her, pregnant at the time, and leave her near Valmiki's ashram in the forest.
How does Lakshmana react? And Bharata.
Lakshmana is devastated, forced to carry out this terrible order. Bharata, having ruled as regent and understanding the weight of kingship, seems to quietly comprehend the agonizing necessity Rama felt.
Sita gives birth in the forest to Lava and Kusa.
Yes, in the safety and care of Valmiki's hermitage. Valmiki raises the twins, teaching them archery, scriptures, and, importantly, the Ramayana itself, which he has now composed.
And the story comes full circle.
Beautifully and poignantly. Years later, Rama performs a grand Aswamedha Yajna, horse sacrifice. Lava and Kusa, unrecognized by their father, come to the ceremony and sing the Ramayana in his court. Rama is captivated by the story and slowly realizes who they are.
Does Sita return?
Valmiki brings Sita to the court to vouch for her purity once more. But instead of undergoing another trial, Sita makes a final appeal not to Rama, but to Mother Earth, Bhudevi. She asks the earth to receive her if she has truly been pure and devoted only to Rama.
And the earth responds.
The ground opens up, a divine throne appears, and Bhudevi takes Sita into her embrace, back into the earth from which she originally arose. A final, definitive vindication, but also a permanent separation from Rama in this life.
A profoundly tragic ending for them personally.
It underscores the immense personal cost, sometimes demanded by duty and societal expectations, even within a divine narrative.
The epic also includes many other stories, doesn't it? Tales Rama recounts.
Yes, stories that often illustrate points of dharma, fate, karma, and the consequences of actions. Tales like King Riga cursed for accidentally giving away a Brahmana's cow, or King Nini's conflict with Vasishta, or Yayati cursing his son Yadu, showing how actions ripple through generations.
There's also Shatrughna fighting Lavanasura.
Right, Rama's brother Shatrughna killing the demon Lavana who wielded a powerful trident. It emphasizes strategy and timing, as Lavana was only vulnerable when not holding his weapon.
And Agastya's tale of Sweta, or eyeless transformations.
Stories about charity, or lack thereof, complex destinies, gender fluidity. The Ramayana universe is rich with these illustrative sub-narratives. And of course, the great rivalry between the sages Vasishta and Viswamitra.
Viswamitra's journey from king to Brahmarishi.
Exactly. His intense tapasya to achieve the highest spiritual status, highlighting the power attainable through spiritual discipline, rivaling even Vasishta's inherent power, symbolized by his Brahmadanda, his staff.
So, after Sita's departure, Rama rules for a long time.
For many thousands of years, establishing an ideal kingdom. But the text notes his underlying loneliness after Sita left.
How does his time on Earth end?
Eventually, Kala, time itself, or Yama, the god of death in disguise, comes to Rama, signaling that his purpose on Earth is complete. His time to return to his divine form has come.
And he leaves the world.
He walks towards the Sarayu River, preparing to ascend. His loyal brothers Bharata, Lakshmana, and Shatrughna decide they cannot live without him and choose to depart with him. Many citizens of Ayodhya also follow, unable to bear separation from their beloved king. They all enter the sacred waters and ascend to the heavens.
A grand yet somber conclusion. What an incredible sweep of story and meaning.
It really is. We've gone from cosmic boons and curses to the intricacies of dharma, the pain of exile, the heat of battle, the complexities of kingship, and the weight of destiny.
So this deep dive into the Sri Ramayana shows it's far more than just good versus evil. It's this rich tapestry, divine plans, human choices, consequences, fate.
Absolutely. It offers these profound insights into leadership, sacrifice, moral gray areas, love, loyalty, themes that still hit home today.
Yeah.
They challenge us.
So, as you, our listeners, reflect on all this, here's a final, maybe provocative thought drawn from the text itself.
Hmm?
In the most ancient Indian tradition, it has been said that at times one's worst enemies from previous lives are born as one's children to fulfill fate's most mysterious, most savage designs.
Wow. That's a heavy concept. Thinking about karmic ties, hidden forces,
Yeah.
maybe even Ravana's fatal obsession with Sita or other complex relationships in the epic.
It makes you wonder, doesn't it, about those unseen forces, the deep currents of destiny. How did the choices these characters made, even the divinely ordained ones, resonate with how you think about fate and free will in your own life?
And maybe what piece of wisdom from this ancient epic, perhaps unexpectedly, might you find yourself applying to your modern world? Something to think about.
Indeed. That's all for this deep dive. We hope you enjoyed exploring the layers of the Sri Ramayana with us.
Until next time, keep digging deeper.